What's up? My name is Zachary Rist. I am an actor and entertainer, and welcome to the chat with Dan.
So welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Chat with Dan here. Joining me today, what can I say? I'm already having the best Tuesday by far because I have on the show the incredible, the amazing, the badass, the superstar, the legendary, the one and only, the incredible even. Zach, how are you today, man?
I'm so good now. That was an incredible intro for me, and I feel bad I didn't do the same thing for you.
Don't worry. Yes, welcome to the show. It's awesome to have you here. I also want to thank those who are tuning in. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe, follow. But also in the description below, you're gonna find all of Zach's social media. I mean, let's follow him. Let's find out why he's super badass. And without further ado, let's jump in. So I want to start this whole conversation by throwing out the very first question, which is, what initially drew you to acting in the first place? Was there performance, something that triggered the whole thing to me to realize, you know what, this is what I want to do now?
Absolutely. It's a great question, and it's kind of got different layers. But I grew up in Grove City, Ohio, and my brother and I, we began at 9 and 7 years old doing jackass movies in the backyard. So, like, we were jumping off the swing set, riding laundry baskets down the stairs, getting yelled at by mom, hitting each other in the nuts. And yeah, that led to everything. From there, I learned that you don't have to hit each other in the nuts. And we started doing a lot of YouTube videos growing up. And we used to mimic creators like Smosh and copy their exact videos. And you can still go see those online. They're pretty funny. It's just a bunch of 9 and 7 year olds goofing around. And yeah, that just everything, like I said, it just bled into the next. It started getting more serious when I was in high school. I realized you could take this even further, study stories or write more creative stories rather than do comedy sketches. And I actually went to school for production and I specialized in directing and comedy and editing. And then once I graduated, I was out in the mainland where all this happens. And, acting always spoke to me growing up as a kid. It was fun to become different people, and it really satisfies the kid in my heart. So I took a shot as soon as I graduated to start putting myself out there auditioning and doing what I needed to.
And here we are.
And here we are getting interviewed for doing it.
Time passed, right? So you decided to make this a career. You started to, getting your, earning your stripes, let's say. So tell me, at that point, what surprised you the most once you were actually deep inside of it?
Surprised me the most as in myself or just how things worked, I guess.
Yeah, like how the whole business work.
I guess this is kind of like a fun surprise, but going from a production school to acting, I'll never forget. Like, I mean, in production, you're responsible for, setting up stands, tents, chairs, all this stuff, C stands, lights, all this. And then once everyone's done, you're the last one to leave because you got to break it all down, pack it up. And I'll never forget my first couple acting gigs. We'd wrap for the day and I'd be like, you guys need some help breaking some stuff down? And these people would be like, no, go home. Don't touch this. And that was very shocking to me just because, I'm willing and able. But yeah, as an actor, it's kind of cool that, that is your focus and you're given that time to focus on what you're supposed to be doing, whether that's the performance, knowing your lines, or just, really being able to lock into that, which, I need sometimes because my brain is so all over the place. And if I don't turn off my chaotic energy, yeah, it's tough to fully lock into a character performance. So I totally get why they have you do that. But also, they don't trust you to touch that expensive stuff. That was something shocking to me for sure.
And at this point, what part of the process do you enjoy the most right now? Is it being, I don't know, like the auditions, being on set, the whole preparation? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I think the thing that I enjoy the most, which has always caused a little headache for my dad, is I've always enjoyed the risk. I've always enjoyed the fight, the saturated market to be an actor. I'll never forget when I cast my first film at USC Film School, uh, unpaid copy credit meal, and it was a short film, 4 minute or like 6 minutes long or something like that. And I had over 2,000 submissions for the lead role, and that's I don't know. That's always excited me. The unknown, not knowing, like it's so interesting. You'll audition for stuff, you won't hear back No one will tell you you didn't get it. You just kind of submit your auditions, and then it's like, and we're moving on, and hopefully we hear, but if not, we're not surprised. So I think that's always been the most exciting part of the journey for me, is not knowing, but just trying new things and putting your foot out there, becoming different people, doing these odd jobs. Like, I did a music video for Kim Petras, which is, she's like I'm gonna say slutty pop star. She did an album called Slut Pop Miami. And so working on that set, I was rubbing ice cubes on her belly and having to go, ooh, in those kind of jobs. It's just interesting. You never know what you're gonna do, where you're gonna go, who you're gonna meet, and what's gonna be your key.
And what's the most challenging part to this day?
Most challenging part, I would say, is I think, personally, it gets hard. The rejection is something that you have to learn to be okay with. I grew up struggling with that, finding my voice, figuring out who I was, and I used to mold into people. Like, I used to, whoever I was around, not to like a super unhealthy way, but let's say you were around more of your sporty friends. I would kind of carry myself in a way where I felt like they would accept me more. Or if you were with so and so, you would just, say things they would say, or, always be cautious of what you said to be accepted and be the one that was liked. And so coming from that, finding your voice, and then stepping into an industry where people, won't pick you based off of, sometimes it's like commercial auditions. If you have a mole here, but they want it here, sometimes you won't book that role. And that's like a exaggerated thing. I don't know if it actually works like that. But yeah, that rejection and trying to, understand that, keep that belief in yourself, trust your ability, keep doing what you're supposed to do, and yeah, trust the process and not get down along the way. It's probably one of the hardest things.
Now, switching to our first activity
Oh
called the
boy.
craft break. Super simple. Gonna give you a line, a quote, or a description from a film with some options, of course. And you have to guess which one is the right one. Starting with the first one. It goes. Which film was the first movie ever to earn over 1 billion worldwide? You have Titanic, Jurassic Park, or Avatar.
Oh, I want to say it's tough. I want to say Titanic, but Avatar.
You tell me.
Avatar?
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Then in that case, let me just tell you, yeah, it's Titanic.
Right. Okay. See, my brain was saying like, oh, that's times have changed with how much money is equivalent to inflation. Damn it.
Yep. It was Titanic.
But I said it. I said it first. I should have trusted the gut.
Tell you what, gonna give you half points to it. Why not?
Okay. Thank you so much.
Right?
Yeah, I almost got rejected there, and I would have been upset the rest of the day.
Now, which actor performed many of his own dangerous stunts in a skyscraper for an action film? You have Tom Cruise, Keanu Reeves, or Matt Damon.
Tom Cruise.
You sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
And in that case, let me tell you that, yes, it's Tom Cruise. You're correct.
Oh, thank God.
Yep.
I'm stressed.
Now, a quote is coming. The quote goes, "Nobody puts baby in a corner." Your options, Flashdance, Footloose, or Dirty Dancing.
Footloose.
That's the one?
Yeah.
You sure?
No, but Footloose.
Footloose. Then on that case, let me tell you that, yeah, it's Dirty Dancing.
Damn it. Don't arrest me. I'm not I don't have those engraved in my head like I should, but I know everyone loves those.
Now, which film popularized the famous bullet time visual effect? Your options, Blade, The Matrix, or Minority Report.
Matrix.
You sure?
Yeah.
Yes, it's The Matrix. You're right.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. Now, a quote is coming. It goes, "You can't handle the truth." Your options, A Few Good Men, The Firm, or Jerry Maguire.
What was the second one?
The Firm.
And do the quote. You can't handle the truth.
You can
Yeah,
handle the
right.
truth. Yeah.
Hey, eruptions. No.
Your options are A Few Good Men, The Firm, or Jerry Maguire.
Oh, Jerry Maguire.
Are you sure?
No. I know the quote, and it might be from Family Guy that I know it from, but I'm familiar that it's popular.
It is popular. But the film is A Few Good Men. You know that line with Jack Nicholson
Oh,
and Tom
yeah.
Cruise? Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but another
Always
quote is
got it.
coming in.
Okay,
Right?
great. We're
The
gonna
quote
nail it.
goes, "The past can hurt, but the way I see it, you can either run from it or learn from it." Your options: The Lion King, Kung Fu Panda, or Up.
Kung Fu Panda.
That's the answer.
Yeah.
Shall we lock that in?
Yeah, I'm locked.
No, it's The
Damn
Lion
it.
King.
I am doing awful with this.
But you know what? I'm telling you this. This is the last one for all the marbles. You either win
Okay.
this or lose.
Just
this.
forget everything. Forget everything
Yeah.
I said.
Yeah. So it goes. Which actor improvised the famous chest beating scene that later became iconic? You
Matthew
have Matthew McConaughey, Ryan Gosling,
Yeah.
or Bradley Cooper.
Matthew McConaughey.
And from what film?
Wolf of Wall Street.
There you go. Yes.
See, I do watch movies. I
Yeah.
do. No, I always at USC for film school. That was one of my biggest pet peeves. It would be so funny. People would, mention a director, mention an actor, a film, and they'd be like, "You know this?" And I'd be like, "Well, I mean, if you showed me a picture," and they'd be like, "How are you a film major if you don't know this?" I just sometimes dump things out of my brain. It took 6 years of Spanish, and I don't remember any of it.
I mean, everybody has their own thing. You know, it happens that you are working on something, and then people will throw you terms or meanings or words that you have never heard of it, but they expect it to because you're supposed to be a pro. But then you're like, yeah, I am a pro, but it's just I learned in a different way. So I totally get
Yeah.
on that one.
No, if you would have quizzed me on The Walking Dead, I could tell you episode and season. If you would have quizzed me on Star Wars, oh, we know that.
All right, maybe for the next one, I'll tell you what
Yes, exactly.
next time. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Now, going back to our general transmission, tell me, how do you personally deal with auditions that don't go anywhere?
Dealing with auditions that don't go anywhere, I would say the hardest thing with that, the one where you really have to kind of move forward, is something that you really felt strong and proud of, like your performance. Say you submitted an audition and you really wanted this job. That's really hard to accept sometimes because you were really hopeful for it. But I guess the best thing that helps me move forward from things like that is I truly believe that things happen for a reason. And everyone kind of, you have your own destiny and you have your own route, and everything's going to take you where you're supposed to. So those things that you don't get, just always know there's more things on the other side, and things that are meant for you and maybe leaving you open to, yeah, be available for if you would have done the other one versus this. I think that's, how I stay positive. And then also, just staying busy with your own stuff. That's a big thing. I've always loved doing comedy stuff since I was a kid, like I said, with YouTube and Jackass. And so making sure that I have my own, whether it's doing sketches with Jake, my best friend, or doing them with my family or best friends back from Ohio. That's always, it just keeps you going because it's what makes you happy the most is creating.
Mm. And would you say that helps you stay consistent when things are slow or uncertain? You know, like
Yeah,
stay creative?
definitely. Yeah. Staying creative. I feel like when you're lacking, it's tough sometimes. Because to make them on yourself by yourself, it's real complicated to set up your camera, film, move the camera, do this, do that. It's real challenging to make something sometimes. I don't know how you would want it without a buddy. So when your schedules conflict with like me and Jake and stuff like that, when we're not creating, you can feel yourself kind of feeling like this just because you're not doing what pumps you up.
How has your approach to acting changed from when you started to now?
Yeah, I love this. I've been talking about it with my dad about it. Well, he mentioned it a little bit ago, but my approach, if you look back at old YouTube videos that I used to do, I just watched one. It was just a simple concept of one of my buddies, best friend from Ohio. He's freaking out. He got a text from someone saying that they're pregnant. And I was watching that video, and it's so funny to watch my performance. Since I was a kid, I was always very aware of the camera. Like you almost were performing and stuff. They're not out there, but I used to always just film myself at home and like pretend to talk to myself. And you'd always have this like weird look in your eye where you're like, I'm acting. Ooh, I'm so scared. You would just do things in this really uncomfortable, I'm doing it kind of approach. And how my approach has changed since then is you have to feel, meaning like truly think about what your character's thinking, think about what emotionally is impacting you, and just your inner monologue or what you're thinking when you're speaking. That is how things have changed versus, I'm gonna do this because this is what it says I should do. Instead of doing that, feel it and really just trust yourself instead of thinking so much about doing the best.
And switching to our next activity, speed round questions, yes, no, or pass. Super simple. Gonna ask you a couple of questions, but you can only answer yes, no, or pass.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
So, have you ever doubted your talent?
Yeah.
Have you ever said yes to something you knew it wasn't right?
Yeah.
Have you ever compared your journey to someone else's?
Oh, yeah.
Have you ever felt like quitting everything?
No.
Do you think success changes people?
Yeah.
Have you ever felt misunderstood in your career?
Yeah.
Do you believe timing matters more than talent?
No.
Have you ever taken an opportunity out of fear of losing momentum?
Yeah.
Do you think you're where you're supposed to be right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, have you ever surprised yourself with what you're capable of?
Yeah. Definitely.
And a bonus one, can you cry on cue?
Yeah. Yes.
All
Yes. And I'm going to say it longer. Yes. Because
right.
it takes a little bit.
Yeah, but you can manage it. All right.
Yes.
So
Exactly.
that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And returning one more time to our general transmission, tell me, if you could go back and give yourself advice at the beginning, what would you say?
Okay. That's a good question. I think it would be believe in yourself. I think it would be, you know, you know who you are, and you should be proud of that, and you should carry yourself that way, and you should always, yeah, with everything you do, whether it's career wise or what you believe you can do, just know you can. And I don't know, hold on one sec, I'm saying what I want to say, but basically, like I said, I always struggled with believing in yourself, becoming different people, and trying to be who everyone else wants you to be. And you are exactly what everyone should want. So carry yourself that way and not think so much about if you're doing it right, doing it wrong. As long as you know you're a good person, keep doing it.
And what's something you learn about yourself through acting that you didn't expect?
I think a lot. And what that means is just like, when you're acting, it's kind of interesting. Sometimes I've learned like when things first started taking off, you'd be in the middle of a scene, you'd rehearse it, you'd know you're capable of it, but the second action was called, you start thinking about like where your hands are or how you're facing the camera or what your face is doing or how it's coming out of your mouth. Sometimes self tapes and stuff I used to, it'd take me forever because you'd start the line if it was just hello. You'd say it in a way and you'd be like, no, no. And so I learned that I am very, it kind of reminded me of those old insecurities. You think a lot about what you're doing, how you're positioned or doing things. And yeah, I'm very in my head.
And when all of this is said and done, not the work, not the recognition, just you as a person. What do you hope your life actually meant?
When it's all said and done, the one thing that's always kind of like carried me through life is I've always, been an optimistic person. I've always been someone that, since I'm drawn to comedy and stuff, if you walk outside and a bird shat on your head, I've always been someone who's kind of laughed at that and looked at it as an opportunity to bring light to people's life. And I think that's always been my favorite thing about this is helping people feel, whether it's the emotional stuff I do, the heavy dramas, knowing that you've taken someone away from their own life to either feel this kind of sadness or let them release something, or whether it's comedy, making someone forget about how stressful things are and that things are okay and it's okay to laugh during moments like this. I think it's when it's all said and done, uh, just reminding people that life isn't too serious. Enjoy it, take a breath, and it's going to be okay. And that's, yeah, when it's all said and done, I just want to remind people that yeah, it's going to be okay.
All right. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And you know
Yeah.
what? My last question here. We
Okay.
can all enjoy and relax after an epic chat. So, what do you think that could be the best title for this episode?
I'm trying to think of everything I've said. Is Zachary Rist really an actor when he doesn't know anything about movies?
Want that to be the title?
Just kidding. You don't make it that title. That sounds kind of crazy, but yeah, that would be my goofy answer. Or I don't know. Watch Zachary Rist snort this. That was the theme in the beginning. Talking about don't do that. Don't also do that. Do you want a serious one? Do
I mean, it's your choice. It's up to you.
you want a workshop? Is this actually gonna be the title?
Yep.
Oh, dude.
Yep.
Uh,
Some of the titles, I can perhaps help you like a little bit. Some of the titles that people have given to make them is living like no one's watching, fake blizzards in Montana with Harrison Ford, stay hungry, stay humble, letter to my inner child, just keep smiling.
what
Mm,
about do you trust yourself? Do you and trust yourself, trust the process? The do you
do
thing
you,
comes from,
yeah,
Jake and I's comedy thing that we do. The whole meaning behind that name is basically, both him and I have always struggled with that acceptance of yourself and, not being enough for people or not doing enough. And so the do you is a reminder to us to believe in yourself and continue being who you are because it is enough. And you don't need to impress. You don't need to do anything or have any this or that. You are enough. So that's why you are enough, maybe? I don't know.
that
Something
sounds
like
like a
that.
franchise to me. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
There we
That
go.
sounds, yeah. I mean, even that sounds like a title from your memoirs at some point. Who knows? Just saying,
Yeah. Chapter 2.
right? Think about it.
Yeah.
And
Took a while
what
to
can I
get there,
say?
but we got it.
We got it. And at the end, what? Yeah, what can I say at the end, man? I mean, the fact you're doing this, it's super badass enough, because we all know that doing something outside a typical 9 to 5 tends to be a pain in the butt sometimes, for sure, right? But you make it happen, and like the most cool, yeah, like the most cool thing about this is that sure you can give us cool characters, cool stories, like all of that. But what I like, yeah, what I take the most is the fact that showing us that dreams can come true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And especially in this messed up world we're currently facing right now, the fact that we can rely on you and many other talented people out there who are just doing it because it's what drives you. As simple as it may sound, it's awesome. And I definitely discover why you're badass. So there you go.
Yeah. It means a lot. It's so cool to, I told you I started when I was 9 years old and everything just kind of led to the other. I used to play baseball growing up, but I was always the kid that wanted to come home and put on a weird wig, sometimes a weird dress, and then do a goofy comedy sketch, whether it was with myself, my brother, my sister, friends, and it just blossomed. Meaning, like it was sophomore year of high school. My English teacher, Adrian Dennis, always thankful for him. He had us do a project for it was called How to Survive. It was an English project. Every group created a how to survive. It could be being late to school, not paying your bills on time, but we did how to survive a zombie apocalypse because I love zombies. And I ended up writing a 60 page script. It was supposed to only be 8 minutes. 60 pages is 60 minutes. And he let us do it. And he held a whole premiere for it for all of his classes. He showed it and did like this award ceremony for all of our projects where we voted. It was like a little Oscars, but he called it Gooskers. And that feeling of just continuing to grow and still be passionate about this and know that this is what you want to do every single second. It's so cool that you're able to still be doing it, like you said. And yeah, it'll never stop.
There you go.
Yeah.
Just to finish up real quick, on a zombie apocalypse, what's your go-to weapon?
Go to weapon. Okay. Ooh, this is good. This is good. This is good. Okay, machete. I'm gonna say machete, just because Rick Grimes in The Walking Dead, he had the red handle machete. So I would definitely have something like that. It's dirty, it's sturdy, it's durable. You can swing it. It's not too heavy. You don't have to worry about too much skill. You just swing and you still have the distance in between you. But then a gun,
Hmm.
obviously, you need that eventually. But if I was just walking around machete, that shit's scary.
Machete.
Yeah.
All right.
I
I'll
saw
take it.
this. It's off topic, but I saw this recent TikTok video where this dude he was going around the street to people who were living on the street, and he was like mystery gift or $5, and the mystery gift was a fucking machete, and he was giving it to all these people, and they'd open it and they'd be like, "What?" Start swinging it around, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I just said off topic, but
No, no,
it's
no, yeah,
scary.
but yeah. It's yeah. I just keep wondering where this type of people that do those videos because I've been love to be, in one of those, but I just never find them. So
Yeah, yeah, I
would
know.
be cool
I
for sure.
you just walk down the street and just kind of just do this, maybe hope.
Maybe hope. Yeah.
Just like,
For me on a zombie apocalypse, for sure I will carry an assault rifle with a bayonetta on it.
ooh, nice. I like that.
Yeah.
And then
You got like
if
best of both worlds here. Yeah.
yeah, oh yeah, exactly. You got the gun, you got the blade. If there was a zombie apocalypse, this is my question to you. What's your first initial plan? Like, how do you are you a runner? Like, are you going somewhere? Are you
No.
how would you begin?
So first I will make sure my house is safe. So
Okay.
that would be like my HQ
Yeah.
at the beginning, right?
Yeah, for sure.
And then between there, I'll start to because I live kind of in a very close community, so they have like a gate to everything. So I will
Oh,
make
nice.
sure that the second thing is that that gate be actually safe, you know, and
Nice.
then to be able to create like this community, like New Alexandria or things like that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. So
So
you're a leader. You're going for the leader vibe where
we will
you're
do that, yeah,
securing the community
yeah.
and
We will do
nice.
that for sure, and then eventually we will start to keep growing if it's possible.
Yeah.
Um, so I think that definitely that would be like my first choice. If that doesn't work, then just focus on surviving. Make
Yeah.
sure that my house, I can be able to set crops. To be able to sustain myself, things like that. So
Yeah.
something like that for sure. And well, because where I live, there's a military zone nearby. I will definitely be going there to steal whatever gun I can as soon as possible.
Oh, absolutely,
So
yeah.
you need the
Wait for
guns
a
for
little bit
sure.
because you don't wanna be caught in the rush,
Yeah, for sure.
the panic and all that.
And yeah,
Do you watch Walking Dead?
I was
I
a
see
huge
all your
fan of it.
I see all your, like, behind you, like, collectibles and stuff.
Yeah, I was a huge fan of The Walking Dead, but
Yeah.
the very last season, I was a little bit annoyed. You
Oh,
know,
yeah,
it disconnect me a lot of it. So
it it's, I'm still a super big nerd about it. Like, I watch all the spinoffs. I know it kinda got a little whack, meaning, like, they just started tangenting from main storylines and drawing
yeah,
stuff out, but I was gonna show you this. We got when I did one of those shoots in Atlanta, that's where they shot everything. This is an official piece of the Alexandria Wall, so
Hey, that's pretty cool.
it's got
Pretty
like
cool, man.
the code number of the
Yeah,
piece, and it was cool. My dad came out and visited while we were shooting in Atlanta, and we did the whole tour. And I forced him to film me doing Rick Grimes' voice, going to the sets and reenacting stuff.
that's pretty cool. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would love to. That would have been a lot of fun if I could be able
Yeah,
to go there. So because I did knew that it was open for people at some point, so you can
yeah.
just go there and see all of it. So, they did back, yeah, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years, no, like even more, like 6 years ago. They did a casting here to search for zombies just for fun,
Ooh, fun.
and I did went to it, and man, I
Nice.
was, to be honest, I was just having fun to it. I was like,
For
if they
sure.
want me, fine. If they don't want me, I don't care. I mean, I'm just doing this
It,
for
it's
fun.
it's the experience, and that's kind of like the part of one of your questions. Is like I said, it's
Yeah, just for fun of it. So
yeah.
they did put the whole makeup on it and everything,
Oh
and
wow.
I did my very best, like to look the part. Didn't get it, of course, and I totally get, and that's fine. But the fun part is that, so I finished, right. So went back to my car, and then just went to a quick shop to buy some cigarettes. And as I am on the line waiting, some kid
Yeah.
like turns around and sees me, all zombie makeup, like all the thing to
Wow.
it.
They did all
And
the makeup for you?
I did it.
Oh, heck yeah.
I did it. Yeah, yeah.
No way.
A friend of mine works in the whole makeup, so I was like, dude, transform me a whole zombie to
No
it.
way.
And then she was like, I got you. So she did the whole thing to it. But and I was like, I'm not gonna take this until the very evening or the night, whatever. So the whole day I was just a zombie. And I even went to a restaurant later on, to a quick deli, and I just ordered a steak, just for the fun of it. And I was just eating my steak to it. And yeah, some people were actually kind of a little bit disturbed, but I was like,
Yeah, for sure.
that's what I'm talking about. Is that was kind of a little bit fun to it. So
That's so cool. Heck
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah. So at the end, what can I say, man? I mean, keep doing what you do. Definitely, you're doing an epic job, and I'm super sure that eventually we're gonna be chatting about the multiple thousands project you've been here for sure. I do want to thank also those who stayed the whole episode. Let us know what you think in the comments below. But by this point, come on. I mean, this question, when I was like, I know why this guy is badass, so let's follow him. Hashtag Team Sack. And again, man, thank you for making this happen. Keep shining out there, keep rocking, keep kicking ass, and I'll definitely be seeing you in the next one.
Thank you so much. Seriously. Everything you said and just being here in general, it means the world and it's so cool.
All right.